In numbers, the word three, taught I hills high, which soon became.
Good evening, my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And let me start this message off by saying to you, Happy Founders Day. But even more importantly, Happy Centennial. 100 years of life for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Let me share a story with you. 3 men came up with a vision for an organization that would not be apart from the communities that we're a part of, but a part of the communities. They came up with a vision for an organization that judge members by skin tone, texture of hair, family heritage, or financial status. But they dreamed of an organization that would be comprised of men that were committed to going back into the communities that they came from and delivering service, not just for a semester, not just for the term of a bachelor's degree, but for a lifetime. And out of that dream that started at the Bumpers Beale Street grocery store in Memphis, Tennessee, came Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And they didn't start it by themselves, but they brought 9 great men with them. And those initial members of our organization are looking down upon us today as we celebrate 100 years and as we work to make their dream a living reality. You know, when I joined Phi Beta Sigma on the campus of Norfolk State University in 1992, May 7th, never did I dream that I would have the opportunity to serve as international president of this organization. I was taught about men like Elaine Leroy Locke, the first black Rhodes Scholar. I was taught about men like Dr. George Washington Carver, who found 300 uses for the peanut. I was taught about Arthur W. Mitchell, the first black to go into Congress after Reconstruction. I was taught about A. Philip Randolph, the man who actually organized the March. I was taught about Congressman John Lewis, a man who was arrested 46 times, beaten on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and now the only living person that spoke at the 50th anniversary at the March on Washington. I was taught about all of these people, and I was told by those that brought me into the organization that these men, once you become a member of Sigma, are now part of your family legacy, and that it's your responsibility as a member of this organization to continue on the traditions and the legacy that they burned in society. See, I always like to share that we are, my brothers, but a spoke in the wheel. That wheel keeps on turning, and we have to play our role in making sure that it continues to turn. So today, while there are celebrations going on all across this land and even in the foreign countries, so today, while there are commemorations at grave sites and when we lay wreaths at the graves of our founders and of our charter members, today, when we are so ecstatic, I challenge each and every member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, don't just let this be a celebration. This needs to be a continuation of the works that our members have done these 100 years. Let me tell you why these organizations and why Phi Beta Sigma is still relevant. Because when we have young black men that are populating our prisons in greater numbers than populating our colleges across this fraternity, across this country, we still need Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. When we have broken families, where children are growing up not seeing a father and in many cases not seeing a mother, there's still a need for the men of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. When the economic conditions of our communities outweigh the economic challenges of any other community on the face of this earth, when unemployment is decreasing for other parts of the community, but increasing for our community, there's still a need for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. My brothers, we've got a work to do. So we can celebrate 100 years, and I'm just as ecstatic as you. As a matter of fact, I feel like a college on the campus of Norfolk State, a collegiate on the campus of Norfolk State University. I truly do. But I know that the mission ahead is greater than any celebration that we could have. So today, I'm sharing with each and every one of you, let us recommit ourselves to the principles of brotherhood, scholarship, and service. Let us recommit ourselves to culture for service and service for humanity. Let us recommit ourselves to go back into the communities from which we came and lift somebody else out. We don't need to give handouts. We just need to give a hand up. And then let me go a little bit deeper. There are a lot of men of Phi Beta Sigma that have touched my life. And I'm sure those of you watching this right now can think of 10 or 15 men of Sigma that helped you become the man that you are today. So from Delta Zeta on up to the international presidency, let us take a moment to thank those that helped us to grow, but who may not be in the living circle anymore, who have gone on to the Omega chapter. Today I honor men like Wilford L. Smith. I honor Clarence Ross. Today I thank God for the opportunity to have met the Honorable John Westbury. I thank God for allowing me to walk with, talk with, and learn from Roswell O'Neal Sutton. I thank God for allowing me to become a mentee of Demetrius C. Newton. I thank God for allowing me to walk with Sylvester Davis. I thank God for allowing me to walk with some of the great names that have come under the banner of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And there are so many others that I don't even mention this evening. But think about those men. Think about the sacrifices that they made so that Phi Beta Sigma could stand. Think about the sacrifices they made when you were a collegiate on campus and didn't have money to go get a meal or needed money to get books. There are men in Sigma that have played an amazing role in your life. If for nothing else, let us continue to move this organization forward in their memory and in their honor. And then my last boys, I've got 2 little boys at home. And I know many of you out there have children of your own. And I always say it, and I'm sure you say it, if they go to school and they choose anything else other than Phi Beta Sigma, they better find somebody to pay their tuition. But Jackson and Jonathan are at home right now. And I stand for Phi Beta Sigma today because of our great history. But I also stand because I want Phi Beta Sigma to stand when they are eligible to become members of this organization. I want Phi Beta Sigma to stand when they can put on the blue and white and carry forth this legacy. I want to thank each and every one of you for all that you are doing to move Phi Beta Sigma forward, because there is something special going on. I also want to thank our sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We are, in all of Greekdom, the only bound brother and sister organizations. And let me share this with you. We will continue to march shoulder to shoulder. I acknowledge, thank, and honor the International Grand Bacillus of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, Soror Mary Bro Wright. What a dynamic president Zeta Phi Beta has. My brothers, the charge is before us. We need to make an impact in society. Today we talk to millions on the Today Show, on MSNBC, on Sirius XM, on many radio stations across the country, and we're in print everywhere. But what society now wants to see is, what are we going to do with all of that notoriety? Join with me now. Let us continue to move forward social action, bigger and better business, education. Let us continue to promote our Sigma Beta clubs. Let us continue to be a beacon light for letter organizations near and